Listen up, hockey fans. You're in the right place. A no-hold-barred debate between two hockey fans. Stay up to date on current issues in the NHL, even the controversial ones. Welcome to The Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud.
Yeah, Blake, episode 121 of the Debate Hockey Podcast. Blake Friars, my co-host, joins me. I am Brad Burud. November 17th, 2020. Yeah, we're one day later than we usually do on Monday nights, but I ran into a whole mess of yesterday, and I'm still dealing with it with this COVID stuff. So, yeah, we'll roll through it, and we'll get through it, and yeah, hopefully everybody stays healthy.
Yeah, you probably see a little different scenery in my background back home in Saskatchewan with the MJHL shut down till the start of the new year in January. So just back home now. So it's kind of sucky, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's just more shutdowns. There's more positive case, more deaths. Yeah, sad, depressing news everywhere. I'm trying to think of positives this week. The Masters. I enjoyed the Masters, even though it really wasn't the most exciting Masters.
Yeah, I watched Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't catch Thursday because I was doing some work in Verdun before I came home. But man, Dustin Johnson, man, whew, did he ever put on a clinic at the Masters? He took control right from day one, and yeah, he's an exceptional golfer. It was tough to see Tiger take a 10 on 12, I think it was. You don't like he's never done that.
No, because you know what I liked about it for once, like I like it because you can tell Tiger's at his career point in his career now where he's just like, all right. Like,
well, I mean, but to his credit, he birdied 5 of his last 6, so he bounced back pretty good.
Yeah,
but Tiger, like he won the Masters last year, so like he's still got it in. Like he can still play with the best of the best, you know. Obviously he's in the wrong side of 40. I mean, he's mid 40s, right? He's mid 40s. I mean, but your body still catches up to you in a sport like that. Like, I mean, he's had back issues, so we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully he can stay healthy for a little bit longer. Because I mean, when Tiger Woods is winning and he's at the top of the leaderboards, it's good for the whole game of golf.
Oh, absolutely, it is. I also think there's a lot of other good guys to watch, and as the Masters went on, I was trying to think, okay, who is my favorite golfer now? Like I had my favorite golfer in the 90s. Like who's my favorite golfer now? And
it's just like a lot of young guys now, like Jordan Spieth. I mean, Rory McIlroy is a bit up there, but yeah, there's a lot of good golfers. Like there's, you can't go wrong with a guy like Dustin Johnson either. Like he's been there for a long time.
I don't always like to like the guy everybody else likes, so it's kind of fun to have, you know.
It was cool to see some young guys like to have a good like that Smith guy. I forget his first name. I think it started with a C. He shot all 4 rounds in the 60s and still like lost by 6 strokes. That's how good Dustin Johnson was. So
he was fun to watch.
Pretty historic. He's the first golfer to ever shoot 20 under at a Masters. So pretty cool.
The hockey news, off the charts this week. There was so much of it, Blake. I couldn't hardly.
Yeah, that's why we open up the show with golf. There's so much hockey to talk about.
Oh, it's super, super quiet. But you know, we're gonna have to start getting some news soon. I mean, if we're gonna play hockey, we're gonna have to start getting news.
Well, your prediction of an announcement this past week I knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Well, it's got to. Think about it though. If we're going to start January 1st or even January 15th, we've got to know in the next week.
Yeah, no, the time is definitely ticking. For sure. Well, that like, if another week or 2 goes by without an announcement, that means that the NHL is looking at a February date, right?
Might as well not even start then.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
They've already said they will be done July 15th. Have to be.
Yeah, because the CBA, right?
No, because of the Olympics, and
true.
The next season back on track because they learned that television ratings in August for hockey
not good. No, definitely not. Well, do you even think there'll be an Olympics, Brad? Honestly, that's a real question.
Why?
Well, like just because of the pandemic. I don't know. It got canceled last year.
got delayed last year.
Well, I mean, it got delayed. Well, same.
But Blake, China's reporting 0 cases now. I don't believe them.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how it works?
Yeah, because now they're not even testing anymore. They just don't even care anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the start with the China flu. Now it's the United States flu, right?
No, it's still from China.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
100% could almost guarantee it's manufactured in China to do this to the world.
Oh my God, you and your conspiracies, man. You and your conspiracies.
Have you ever seen videos or anything in China? It's the dirtiest, grossest place in the world.
I've never been there. I can't say that.
Yeah, but you have a TV set, right, Blake?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really pay attention to the news, though. Honestly,
no, just watch a documentary on China. It's absurd.
It's way overpopulated. I know that.
Well, they need to do something, don't you think?
Yeah, eventually. I mean,
when it starts to affect the rest of us, it's time to take care of your shit. Clean your shit up.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? This week, we're going to talk return to play. We'll update the status quickly. And we'll talk about NHL defensemen. And do we prefer size or speed? And then we'll go into a little survey I saw this week, and I want to have Blake take that survey and see what he comes up with for answers. Then we'll go around the National Hockey League, talk about signings, reverse retros, and we'll probably talk a lot about reverse retros. Since that was the hot topic of the week this week. Another thing we need to talk about, Blake, our sponsor, Manscaped. I tell you, I use mine every week. I love it. It's great.
It's the best shaver out there, fellas. Definitely.
Great prices too.
It is. It's like, it's so easy to use too, right? And the Lawnmower 3.0, it's a great product, and you get 20% off with the code debate, and you get free shipping too. So it's an awesome deal from Manscaped.
Yep, lots of good deals from Manscaped. Make sure you check them out, as they are our sponsors, and we thank them for their sponsorship. All right, Blake, let's cruise through this NHL return to play and where we're at and what we learned this week, which was not a hell of a lot, but
no,
we both thought that the pressure from the NBA naming a date would actually, push the National Hockey League to kind of get a plan formulated. And I honestly do think behind the scenes, there is quite a plan already in motion. I do think that there's a lot of talks going on. I wouldn't be
they're just not leaking it.
Well, if the league's talking to the NHLPA, they're not going to come out and tell us that.
Yeah. I mean,
that's their business. I
mean, the biggest hurdle that they have is the Canadian border. That's the.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, like, obviously, it's not a hurdle if you just do a Canadian division. Obviously, that's out of the equation then. But then they're talking about doing.
I'm 100% sure we're going to get, if we get a season.
Well, but they're talking about doing like temporary hub cities, and they're talking about, like, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think hub cities will happen at all, because there's a couple things that are playing a factor in that. NHL naming rights for arenas.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big bucks, and those owners need that, so they need to play their games in their arena, whether there's fans or not.
Mm-hmm.
The coverage is in the arena. I think there's a lot of things that are going to be sticky points, but let's talk a little bit about dates first. They're shooting still for a January 1st. If they're going to do that, I think we need to hear that this week. January 15th is the other alternative date they're talking about.
So it's going to be quick. I mean, it's not like the NBA where the NBA's draft is tomorrow. They still haven't had free agency. Then they're going into the season. The NHL has some time. Like, they already got the draft out of the way. They already, like, free agency's already underway.
Here's the deal, Blake, that the NHL has that the NBA doesn't. We have to bring about 40% of our players from overseas.
True. That's a good point. That's a good point. Definitely.
All those players have to get back to the home cities, and then they have to.
They got to quarantine, and then it's tough.
Now they're talking about a 2-week training camp. Teams that were not in the playoffs get another extra week. So they're going to be a 3-week. They're talking a 48 to 60 game season. There's no way they're getting 82 or 72. There's no way. Absolutely not going to happen.
No, definitely not. I mean, the NBA is starting like the 22nd. They're having a 72 game season. Like that's even pushing it, right? I mean,
there's going to be issues there. I think the NHL is doing this smart, and I've heard rumblings that they're going to build in 4-day periods of no games, not like a league-wide no games, but teams getting 4 days off so that they can sub in games that get canceled due to COVID things.
Yep. That makes sense.
So I like that plan. It doesn't sound like fans in the arena, which I don't know how financially this league is going to do it. The players are going to have to give some concessions.
They're going to have to, they're going to have to take a massive pay cut, right? I mean,
it's just there's no other way again.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like the players are going to take a hit for this. It sucks because they're the people that make the league money. They're the entertainment, right? So,
but
I mean, obviously, it sucks that they have to take a hit. But I mean, the owners took a massive hit when COVID hit, right?
And I think there's been talk about maybe we just go dark for a year and don't play and start up fresh in October. I think that's you
would lose so much fans. You would lose so many fans. It would be like baseball and what was that? The long shot, McGuire and Sosa were when was that lockout? 1994. They lost a lot of fans. And I think that would really hurt Gary Bettman's reputation. Like that'd be the fourth lockout since 1994.
Those things, don't pin those on Gary Bettman.
Oh, I understand that, but people are going to look that way. I'm not saying it's Gary Bettman's fault, but I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to point fingers at Gary Bettman. That's just what people do.
I'm a huge supporter of Gary Bettman and what he's done for this league. He's grown it massively. And I always look at people who rip on Gary Bettman
don't really know what they're talking about. Yeah.
Sport.
Yeah, definitely.
Because right now there are probably about 3 teams in Canada without Gary Bettman.
Yeah, you're probably right.
July 15th is the final date that's been leaked that we've got to be done by then. Couple of reasons for that. They want a complete restart for 21-22 in October, starting at the normal time with Seattle Kraken entering the league. Mm-hmm. And we have Olympics late July that would interfere with the television. Both they say
with the NBC, right?
Yeah, but it would affect Canada too because Canadians like to watch the Olympics too, right?
Yeah, I think CBC carries that too.
So. I know, but I'm just saying people would tune out to watch the Olympics.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Doubleheader games, very likely. We've talked about that in previous episode. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I know there's a small group of ownership group that
they don't want to play at all.
They don't want to play at all, and I have a hard time disagreeing because that's a scary proposition. The players are going to have to make some concessions, or financially, I don't know how this works. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the thing about that is I don't think the NHL will be able to survive without fans. No league, maybe the NFL. The NFL could probably do it because they have so much money. But the NBA, the NHL, and the MLB, the MLB, they lost so much money without fans. And
the deal in Major League Baseball is still pretty good, but their salaries are so stupid.
Oh, they're so crazy. But but doesn't it tell you something when
I agree.
But isn't it funny how they went the whole 60 games without fans? As soon as the playoffs come, tickets go up and we're going to have 11,000 people in the building. It's just you had no fans all year, and then you get a chance. World Series, we're gonna raise all these prices because people are gonna buy them because they haven't been to a game all year, and we're gonna make some money where we can. So it just seems a little odd, that when the playoffs come around, we're gonna have fans in the building when the players are supposed to be in a bubble, right? I don't know. It's weird how that works.
I don't know that you having fans. How much interaction do players have with fans during a game?
Well, they have. It's really none unless it's warm up. Unless it's warm up. But what I'm saying is just it's about the atmosphere and it's about the electricity of the crowd and all the little things that go into being at the game. I mean, you go get your $13 beer. You go get your $200 jersey when you're at the game. Like there's just like a lot of extra stuff that owners are missing out on, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. This is going to, we both have discussed this a lot, and this is going to be a tightrope walk to see if this can work out. It really will. Mm-hmm. Now let's roll on into defensemen, and let's talk about, we got into an argument last week on the show. We did.
Yeah.
And our introduction ended up going about 20. We were still in our introduction at this time last week. That was a long introduction because you started piping up with your, I don't want to say Canuck bullshit, but kind of your Quinn Hughes whack off story. But let's talk defenseman, Blake, and let's be honest. Like when I say to you, describe to me your prototypical defenseman that you want for your team. Who are you? Tell me a little bit about what you want in a defenseman and name off a couple players.
Well, obviously you want to have a guy that is good with decision making because defensemen are pressured all the time. You want to have a defenseman that has a good first pass for breakouts, and you want to have a guy that can skate, right? Obviously, the game is so much faster. You're going to need your defenseman to join the rush at sometimes. You want to have a defenseman that has a hard shot that can get pucks through. You don't want shots in the shin pads. You want a guy that can maybe quarterback a power play. I just wrote down a few names here. Like if I was to build a defenseman, like my go-to guy, obviously like a guy like Quinn Hughes, like his skating ability. That's what I would do. Cale Makar, Torrey Krug, or any of those guys. Like a guy like that. I want a shot like Shea Weber, right? You want a bomb.
Let me
Hold on.
But I gotta.
And then I want somebody with some physicality and some toughness like Dustin Byfuglien. Like, give me that guy.
But name me a guy that is all those things. You can't have a guy.
Proof that I just said.
Yeah.
The closest to that, I would say, is probably Victor Hedman. He's pretty fast. He's physical. He's got a good shot.
Two defensemen came to mind when I was
Chris Letang, another guy. He's not as physical, but he's got a good shot and he's a good skater.
Do you want him on your back end? You feel
Chris Letang?
Do you feel safe with him?
Oh, absolutely. I would have Chris Letang in a heartbeat.
I'm different than you on this topic.
I love Chris Letang. I think he's a good defenseman. Obviously, he's dealt with some injuries, but
away from Chris Letang, we're different on this thing. I want a defenseman. My goal for a defenseman is to keep the puck out of the net.
Sure.
Where I think yours is more put up points.
Well, you want a guy that takes risks. I mean, so you would rather have a defensive defenseman?
I like Roman Josi.
Okay, so you just want to Roman Josi's he's a two-way guy, but he's put up 70 points.
But most of his points come on
on the power play or
first pass.
Yep, absolutely. He gets a lot of secondary assists for sure, but like the game is just changing so much where you're going to see the defenseman just join the rush all the time. Like it's just like it's the changing of the guard. You're not going to see any guys that are 6'6", stay-at-home shutdown defenseman blow you up and beat your ass in a fight. You're not going to see those guys anymore, Brad. You're just not.
No, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to read off some guys that I like their game defensively. Young guy, Miro Heiskanen.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah,
but he's a bigger body.
6'3", 6'4".
Maintain himself in front of the net, but he can move the puck, and he's a good first, out of the zone first pass guy. I like a guy like him. I know Zach Werenski. I don't dislike him. He's not like on my top 5, but I don't mind his game at all. Ivan Provorov is a guy that really
good. You love all your Wee Kings, buddy.
I do like, yeah, he is a good old Wee King. But don't you think though can you find a safer player than him though?
What about like Alex Pietrangelo too?
Yeah,
like he's solid. He's solid.
I'm gonna predict
he's not a bad contract, but
yeah, they're gonna hate that in a few years.
I think by year 5 he gets bought out. Honestly,
I think Theodore's better.
Shea Theodore is a lot like Quinn Hughes. They're very similar though, Brad. They're just offensive, dynamic defensemen.
I think Quinn Hughes is gonna be great.
Yeah, he's got to put on some size and be better in his own zone defensively. I understand that. He's got some room to grow, but I mean, I think the sky's the limit for guys like that that can just outskate anybody and just chip the puck in and chase after, pick it up, start the cycle down low. Like that, that's a game changer. If you're a defenseman that has speed and skill like that, I think that's a game changer for any team.
I like his game. I watched him a few times in the playoffs, and he was getting eaten up.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously,
really interested to see how he does without a guy like Tanev next to him.
Yeah, I think
him a lot.
I think you're gonna see a lot of Hughes and Tyler Myers a lot next year.
Scary.
No, I mean, obviously Tyler Myers. I think they actually did have some pretty good chemistry throughout the year. I think you're gonna see a lot of Nate Schmidt with Quinn Hughes. And then you'll have Edler and Myers, and then the third pair is going to be, I don't know who it's going to be yet, but like, I don't know.
What do you think of a guy like Seth Jones?
I like Seth Jones a lot. He's had
he's really come into his own, hasn't he?
He has ever since he got traded to Columbus. I just feel like he plays the style that Torts loves. Like he loves laying his body in the line. He makes a good first pass, and he's a good power play guy too. Like they missed him a lot when he got hurt last year. I think he broke his ankle last year, I want to say, or this past year. Yeah. Feels like it's been a year. Jeez,
it's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
Two other things before we wrap up this defensive talk. If you had to pick one defenseman to build your team around, who are you picking?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, probably Shea Theodore. Honestly, like he's just like watching that guy in the playoffs he was unbelievable. Like he was a solid two-way game, and he was just putting up so many shots on net. And yeah, I'd probably pick Theodore, honestly, because I mean he's 20, I think he's 24, 25.
I would actually go with either Roman Josi or a Seth Jones, I think.
Yeah, Roman Josi. Can't go wrong with Josi either. He's really come into his own the last couple of years too.
Yeah. One other final thing before we wrap the defenseman up, and this is something I thought was hilarious. You know, we talked about this defense last year, and then I started doing a little research on it, and I was flipping through my hockey newses, and I'm like, oh, well, one of the latest issues was the top 100 defensemen of all time. Let's see what current defenseman did the hockey news rate in the top 100 all time.
Can I guess how many there was?
Guess. It's way interesting. You're going to laugh your ass off.
Is it a high number?
I gotta count them here.
Yeah, you have to 27.
Oh, in the top 100 of all time? No.
Oh, okay. So maybe like 8, 9,
13. I think it's like 1, 2,
13.
Yeah, 13.
I'm gonna top 100 of all time.
I'm gonna read them off to you. Number 79 was Roman Josi.
Really?
Yep. Number 76 was Mark Giordano. Number 72, Chris Letang. Number 70, John Carlson. Number 68, PK Subban.
What? Okay, like that. The list has already lost all of its credibility.
All credibility just went right out the window.
Okay, continue.
66, Alex Petrangelo. 61, Ryan Suter. 50, Victor Hedman. 48, Brett Burns.
He's not even a D, man.
45, Shea Weber. 31, Drew Doughty.
Ooh, that's way too high.
27, Eric Carlson. 26, Duncan Keith.
You know, Duncan Keith is super underrated. Like, this guy's been around. Like, he's, 39 years old, and this guy's still just buzzing out there. Like, that guy has been good for so long. He's just Mr. Consistent, right? I mean, that's a guy that I would build my team around if he was 25.
Yeah, but he's 55 now.
Yeah, I said he's on the wrong side of 30, but I mean, if he was young, boy, that's a guy like in his prime. Wasn't a better guy than that for sure.
No, he was good. Let's roll on into the survey, Blake. And I saw this, and let's preface the survey. And I read this in The Athletic. If you don't subscribe, I know you do, Blake, but if our listeners don't subscribe to The Athletic, you need to. I've learned more during this double off season we had and the COVID bullshit. I've learned more from The Athletic than any other news source.
Yeah, the thing the Athletic does the best is they do such detailed breakdowns. Like I've learned so much about advanced stats by reading the Athletic, like Corsi and like all this bullshit that I didn't really know, and I've just researched it and I've read it and instilled it into my brain. But yeah, the Athletic's great, and they're long, detailed articles too. Like you see some articles on Sportsnet or TSN or whatever. They're just like little short ones, but they go into detail. Athletic's great.
Yeah, it is very good. Craig Custance, one of my favorite writers on that site, put out a little survey to 21 reps and talking about trades, the bubble, the off season, just everything that had to do with since we last played hockey, or excuse me, since the end of the regular season, I guess would have stopped.
Yeah.
And I just read them and I thought, I wonder what the hell Blake would answer these questions like. So I thought, well, we're in the middle of off season. There ain't a fucking bit of news going on.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just do this survey, huh?
Fire 'em away.
Which player or coach changed your opinion the most during the playoff bubble?
Coach.
No, player or coach.
I'm trying to think who was in the playoffs.
I know it seems like it's been 3 years, doesn't it?
Man, honestly, bro, I'm gonna be biased as shit when I say this, but I think it's gonna be Travis. It's gotta be Travis Green. Because I feel like in the postseason you slowly start to see players want to play for him more. Like I think he's a great players coach. They're gonna have a hell of a time re-signing him because
I'm gonna name a guy.
Or who was that?
Changed my mind.
What about Claude Julien?
Okay, well, we're not just talking coaches. We're talking player or coach that changed your opinion the most while in the bubble. And I'm going to say, I don't know if this changed my opinion because I didn't have a negative opinion of him before, but Miro Heiskanen showed me what a freaking stud that guy is.
Yeah, he's good. What about a guy like Kevin Fiala? Like that guy put on a show in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he was in there for 4 games.
But he still put on. I think he still had 6 points.
I know.
He put on a show.
You want to hear who the article voted for the most?
Who?
Braden Point was 1. Rick Bowness 2.
Rick Bowness 2. Yeah, that's another guy. Yeah.
Anton Hudobin 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Let's get to question number 2.
Okay.
Which team has had the best off season so far?
That's a good question. You could say like Montreal adding a guy like Toffoli. That's a big get. I'm just looking at a list of teams here. Calgary, obviously, they had a massive offseason. Buffalo had a decent offseason. Minnesota made a lot of moves. I wouldn't say they had a good offseason, but
the teams that came to my mind were Calgary,
the Rangers with getting Lafreniere, obviously.
Yeah, they got them by default, but yeah. The top 3 teams on the poll were Montreal, Ottawa, and Colorado.
No Calgary?
No, they were down the poll a little ways. I'm like,
yeah, I would say Calgary. Whenever you get a chance to add a guy like Markstrom and
the top end goaltender. I mean, the top end.
Yeah, he's top 5. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. All right. Question number 3: which franchise still needs to make a significant move?
That's a loaded question, buddy. I think Tampa Bay still needs to make a significant move. They still got a lot of pieces still waiting in the wings. I think Edmonton has to make a significant move. Like, they have to go out and get a starting goalie. If they want to be a contender in this league, you have to go out and get a starter.
They already got 2 goalies signed.
Mike Smith and Koskinen. Oh my God.
They're signed. They're not going to get another guy. There's nobody to get.
But I'm saying like if there's a team that needs to upgrade a position, it's got to be Edmonton.
Musical chairs was on, and the fucking music stopped.
Yeah, and Edmonton didn't get a chair.
Yeah.
So
we're done.
Still maybe. Fuck, I don't know.
You kind of nailed the main ones. The top 3 in the poll were Boston, Tampa Bay, and Edmonton.
Yeah, Boston too. What did they say about Boston? Like a significant, like what would they like? Maybe a defenseman. They lost Torrey Krug. They didn't really replace him.
Well, they got to figure out the DeBrusque thing.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
No, and really, the other thing in Boston that's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of went by the wayside, and maybe things are solved now. But is the Tuukka Rask thing solved?
Well, I mean, he's got 1 year left. He said that he wanted to play, but like I don't know. Is like a guy just walked out on you. Do you want that guy back in your locker room?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
It's going to be an interesting thing. You ready for question number 4?
How many are there? 10?
36 questions.
Holy shit.
I'm kidding. No, there's only 6.
Okay. I was like, what the hell?
I'm not doing this all night. Yeah. Who ends up with the U.S. national television's rights at the end of next season? Is it going to be, I'm going to read you a multiple choice here.
Okay.
Well, this is a long ass multiple choice here. Is it NBC? Is it ESPN? Is it ESPN and NBC splitting it? Or is it Amazon?
Amazon? Is that actually an issue?
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, like the games on Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking about this yesterday.
I think they have the most money.
I was reading an article. Like, what if Netflix bought the NHL and the games are on Netflix? How crazy would that be? Like that, like it wouldn't be that far fetched. Like maybe you would have you have to buy like an NHL package to like watch the games on Netflix. I don't know.
Don't you want though? Like, don't you
know, everybody's on their phones at all time. Everybody's got tablets, so it's like easy access, I think.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a future thing. I don't know if we're totally there yet. Think about all the people in their 60s and 70s or that watch hockey that don't even, you know what I mean? I feel like they got to be on something. I would like to see,
maybe ESPN NBC split then. I mean,
that'd probably be the most likely. Even
that'd
though
be cool. Like ESPN needs to opt their hockey.
They shit on hockey.
I know they do. Like it's awful.
They're
like they show like high school baseball before the NHL. Like it's a joke. It's a joke.
They'll shit on hockey. It's funny in the article it does name Netflix too, by the way.
Oh, it does? Okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
I don't know that you don't see something maybe like an ESPN/Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be wild. I never thought about Amazon.
I don't know. Okay, question number 5. If we were to start the regular season right now for 2021, do you think the over or under of 55 and a half games? What is it? Over or under?
Under.
You think there'll be less than 55 and a half games?
Yes. There'll be like 48 games. 48 to 50 games.
Oof.
Oh, if it started right now?
No, if it starts January. If it starts in January.
Oh yeah, it'd be under.
I think they're gonna push for 58. I do. I think they're gonna push for 58.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just depends on how condensed they want to have a schedule, right? Like if they want it super condensed, they'll fit as many games as they want. If they want to play 65 games, they're gonna schedule 65 games somehow.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of back-to-backs. There's gonna be a lot more injuries. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah.
Okay, last question, Blake. Name the highest profile player you expect to see change teams next season?
Next season?
Yeah. Wait till you hear the answers.
Can you give me some choices? Like, I don't know. I don't even know who's a UFA next year.
Well, no, just a guy that you feel like he's going to be moving. Doesn't necessarily you have to be a UFA.
Steven Stamkos?
He is not on the list. I'm going to read the list off to you. The number 1 is Patrick Laine.
I can't get behind that. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense.
Wait do you see here these? Number 2 is Jack Eichel. Number 3 is Mitch Marner. Number 4 is William Nylander. And then Max Pacioretty, James Van Riemsdyk, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Well, Mitch Marner, that doesn't surprise me because that guy's got a bigger ego than anybody going. I mean, that guy could be so much better if he just like put all of his effort into it. But it's an interesting list. Like I just can't understand the Patrick Laine bullshit. Like I can't understand that. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
I'm going to make a prediction. If Taylor Hall does not
re-sign in Buffalo,
does not show success and re-sign in Buffalo,
Eichel leaves,
will be gone, or be saying I want out.
Is there anybody that's going to take his $10 million cap hit though? You think there'll be teams lining up for him? I don't.
No, it won't be teams.
You know where he'll go if he gets traded? The New York Rangers.
Well, they won't be able to afford him.
Oh yeah, they will. Yes, they will. They just got rid of Lundqvist. They just got rid of Mark Stahl. They got lots of cap space, buddy. Lots.
We'll see. Time to go around the league.
Inside Edge Hockey News. Faking the slapper and going top shelf.
Be abbreviated edition of Around the League, but let's talk signings first, and then we're going to get into what I've been waiting for about 48 hours now, and that's to talk about these goofy ass jerseys we just saw.
Whoa. Some of them are goofy. Some are some are sexy.
Oh my God. Blake's talking. Wow. This could be interesting. Couple signings we will touch on. Anthony Mantha signs 4 years, $5.7 million. I think we just talked about that last episode, and then God, the second we got done recording, that happened.
Yeah, he's one of their cornerstone pieces in Detroit. That's a good price for him. They locked him up for 4 years. Anthony Mantha's a good player. He took a while to come into his own a little bit, but yeah, he's turned into a really good player.
Ryan Pollock signs on the island. 2 years, $5 million. My original thought on that was, God, that might be a little high, but the more I look at it and the more I think about it, maybe not, huh?
Yeah, no, he's another solid defenseman who was a little bit of a late bloomer. Like he was a high draft pick. He didn't really pan out until the last few years, but I think that's a good price.
A couple more here. Rangers signed Ryan Strome, 2 years, $4.5 million.
Did you see what that man was asking for?
No, what was it?
5.7.
Why do guys
get what that? Well, like I get the player goes high and the team low balls and then you meet in the middle, but Jesus, man, like 5.7. That's a little absurd.
When you ask unrealistic numbers.
Well, what did they settle on? 4.2, you said?
Where was I on that? 4.5.
4.5. That is a little high for me. And it's a 2-year deal or 1 year deal?
2-year deal.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Weegar signs in Florida, 3 years, 3.25. I thought that was a pretty good sign.
That's a steal. Mackenzie Weegar he's a good defenseman, boy. He's good.
Rope Hintz scores.
He does score a lot of goals.
I don't know. 3 years, 3.15.
Good low value deal for them.
I always hate him because he played for the Bismarck Bobcats.
He did. That's right. Yeah, he's a good player.
Never cheer for that guy because you can't cheer for a Bismarck Bobcat, right, Blake?
I guess that's right.
Oh, rivalries are good at any level, whether it's junior hockey or the NHL. Yeah. Are you ready to talk some of this reverse retro?
You want to go from like absolute dog shit to the good ones first? Well, get those out of the way.
Well, can you help me out because I didn't line it up that way? Let's talk about divisions.
Oh, I rated them A, B, C, D bad.
You can
I put A, B, C, D, and at the bottom I put bad.
There's a lot of them that are bad.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the bads.
Let's talk about the Let's talk right away. Let's talk the Boston Bruins one. That yellow with the B in the front. Do you like that or not?
Yeah, they got the little meth bear on the shoulders. I thought they got a lot of backlash, and I rated it as a C, but I didn't mind it.
How about the Buffalo Sabres?
The Buffalo Sabres one is really nice.
You like that?
I love the Buffalo Sabres jersey. It's the jersey they wore in like 2005. Like the red,
the stupid freaking cross sabers with a dot.
Yeah, well, no, but it's just like
wouldn't that logo?
It's a retro jersey though, Brad. Like they wore those jerseys in 2006, but they were red, black, and silver. Like I love the color of it too. Like it's awesome. I think they hit it on the head. And it says Buffalo on the bottom. Like I like that, man. It's awesome.
Buffalo's colors are great.
They're really good.
Love their colors. And the thing is, I'm so partial to their logo. I just don't understand the dot in this logo. If they just had the two sabers crossed, I think that would look cool.
Yeah.
How about the dot? Okay, here's one of the worst fucking jerseys I've seen, and that's the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh my God! You know what this reminds me of? When a person is in college and they forget they had a project due at midnight and they started at 11:30. Like that's where it ran through my mind in this. I'm just like, it's a fucking practice jersey. It is.
I heard a funny one today on Sportsnet Radio. The guy said, I can't remember who it was, said, it looks like a practice jersey. He goes, they suck so bad that they want people to think they're practicing.
Oh man, I guess like it is awful. Oh man, it's brutal.
How about the Florida Panthers?
I like the Florida Panthers. They went back to their roots. They went back to the 2006 color scheme. They went back to the old logo. Yeah, I didn't mind it at all.
Montreal Canadiens. I like it, but there's too much.
It's different. It's different for sure because when you think of Montreal, you think of red, and this is a primary blue jersey, which I don't think they've ever had. Yeah, it's definitely a reverse, if you want to put it that way, for sure.
Ottawa, that is ugly as fuck.
Yeah, I put that in the bad category. It's just like red with like a black stripe. Like, does Ottawa get anything right these days?
It's too much red. I mean, red's my favorite color.
Like if you had some white stripes or even like a silver stripe to go along with the black, I think it would have been fine.
Red on red on red
with a black stripe. I like that logo though. I will admit that's a good logo.
Oh, you do like that one.
Yeah, I like it.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, this was up there for among the best. This probably haunts your dreams still in that 2004 Cup run. Same logo. They wore those white unis. It's pretty similar actually. I like it a lot.
It's the same jersey as back then. It's just that they are using the new blue instead of the older. They used to be black.
Yep.
Blackish.
Right. Yep.
I like that one. I'll give that one a thumbs up.
I rated that one a B.
How about the Toronto Maple Leafs? Because I think this one sucks.
The Toronto Maple Leafs jersey is one of the worst jerseys. Look at their jersey. In Toronto, it's a lowercase n. Go look at it. What? That doesn't make any sense.
It is actually.
Like it's just like it doesn't make sense to me. Like Toronto, like they had really good Winter Classic jerseys. They had a really good Centennial Classic jersey against Detroit, and then they released this. It's like, come on, figure it out.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Now let's talk. Let's skip over to the Central. How does that sound?
Okay, sure.
The Blackhawks.
I don't mind that logo, but I mean, it's like Ottawa's. It's just like boring.
Yeah, I hate when Chicago wears black. How about the Dallas Stars?
Awful. Awful.
So many cool things they could have done.
Like they've released 2 awful jerseys this year.
Yes, they have.
Oh my God. Awful. Like, oh my God. Awful.
How about the Nashville Predators? I saw this jersey and I'm like,
I didn't mind it.
No, I looked at it and I'm like,
it's the old logo, but it's like, is this really like a reverse retro? Like it looks the same.
It looks the same.
Yeah.
What? I didn't even notice a difference.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Blues, I hated those jerseys back in the day, and I hate
Well, now they're blue. They were blue. Now their Easons are red. So they changed up a little bit there. Now they're just not very nice.
They're ugly. Winnipeg.
Awful. Awful. Oh my God. Like it is.
Well, I am a huge
Probably one of the worst jerseys made.
I'm a huge.
They could have done so much stuff with this. Make a red jersey or something.
How about just go back and wear what you wore in the 80s?
Like a white and blue and red Winnipeg Jets jersey. Like, it's like, why are you messing with this? Like, you literally have the coolest logo to work with, and then they
use the old retro logo. I love that old logo, and they freaking jacked it around with gray
and silver and navy blue. Like, it brutal. Major L for me.
Bad. Minnesota Wild.
It's one of the nicest jerseys, I think. Like, I think they went back to their roots. Like, I'm not from Minnesota, but I know that the Minnesota North Stars are really important to that city. So for them to go back on their old roots and kind of show, to kind of bring it back, not the team back in a sense, but bring the history of the team back. I think that was great.
I'm going to say something about this jersey. I think their color scheme that they currently use, the red and green, is atrocious. Idiotic.
Should they go to this maybe?
This should not ever go away.
I know. Like, man, give me a green jersey of that. Like,
go away.
I know. Yeah, I agree. It's a really good color scheme. It's really good.
Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah. I mean, what can you say about the Nordique, man?
Okay. So
the thing about this is they put a little twist on it. They use their colors in it, which is really cool.
I think it's cool. I like it. But let me ask you a question. Say you're living in Quebec right now. Are you throwing up the middle finger?
A little bit, obviously. Like, obviously they deserve a team. We've been saying this for a long time, but it's like the Washington Nationals wearing Montreal Expos jerseys. It's the same. Like, it's
kicking the crotch for sure. But like I said, like, it's no different than Minnesota wearing a North Stars jersey. That's not like that's Dallas's old team. No, it's Minnesota's old team. It'd be like Dallas putting on a North Stars.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, sorry. Like, it's weird a little bit.
I don't know. Just to me is like, oof, that could rub me the wrong way. And Carolina did the same, and we'll talk about that.
Hartford, yeah.
I love that Hartford jersey.
But like, that is it. Like, have we not seen that jersey before? Like,
that is so fucking cool.
It
is there's not one thing that says anything Carolina on there.
I know.
If I'm from Hartford, I am like, quit freaking jacking with us, man.
Yeah.
It's anymore.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely.
Shove it up your ass because city's logo on your stupid jerseys.
Yeah.
Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, I'm going to go off the board here. I don't like hardly any of these jerseys, but this
I like it. I love that old logo. That old logo, for some reason, it's just like, it's kind of nostalgic, you know? It's good.
How about the New Jersey Devils?
I don't mind it. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. Like, it looks like a Christmas tree, but other than that, I don't mind it.
I like when they used to wear red and green. I liked it, but it was red and green.
Yeah, not green and red and white.
This is the green. Like, if you're gonna color a kid that, you know, like the like in school, like when you went to the doctor and they had those pictures of the guy puking and the green face on him. Puke color green is what it is, you know?
Yeah. Not
a fan. New York Rangers, they got the old Liberty head. I love that logo.
It's just like a plain jersey, though.
Totally plain.
It's just like a navy blue jersey with the Liberty stamped on it.
Yep.
There's no creativity.
None. How about the Washington Capitals?
I like that logo, but like, I understand why. Like, it would be cool if they use the navy gold and that baby blue. Like, I don't know, like that. I like that color scheme. Like, when Ovechkin first broke in the league and scored that crazy goal in his back, that's the jersey you think of Ovechkin when you think of him scoring all his goals.
Irritates the shit out of me though when teams change colors.
Yeah, it does for sure. Absolutely.
Your
Yeah.
team does it every 3 years.
Watch your mouth.
I don't like it, man. Vancouver to me is still black and gold.
Yeah, black and yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. Orange and black. All right.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. You went with the old. I actually like this jersey.
This jersey is my favorite jersey of them all.
Really?
Because back in the 90s, they had the black with Pittsburgh down the across, right? They never had a white one. They never had one.
No,
The white one was always that old Penguin logo.
Yeah.
So they bring this back, man. It just screams like Yager and Mario Lemieux.
I like it.
I like it a lot. It's one of my favorites.
Philadelphia Flyers, to me, it's like they've done so many things. It's like, what are you doing?
Like they've had a black jersey, they've had a white jersey, they've had an orange jersey. It's like I don't really care for it, honestly.
How about the New York Islanders?
They missed a major opportunity. They could have put that fisherman on there with the net.
Do you really want that back?
Yes, I do. It's a reverse retro. Like that logo screams to be on this jersey.
It looks like Lou Lamoriello.
Lou Lamoriello went into the meeting and said, okay, for the reverse retros, we're going to take the shade of blue and we're going to make it navy. And we're going to put the same logo on there and we're going to put it out there.
Yep. He doesn't
What the hell, man?
That's so him, though. That's so
God.
Okay. Let's roll on into the Pacific Division and San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, I like the old logo. I like it.
I like the gray.
I like the gray with the teal. Yeah,
I like it.
It's good.
I like it.
Yeah.
Vegas Golden Knights.
Can they even have a retro?
I don't
They're
know.
in the league for 4 years.
So I heard a little background on this today. So the red is the color of the Las Vegas Wranglers, which was an ECHL team that played there.
Yeah.
The striping pattern of the jersey goes back to the Las Vegas Thunder, which was an International Hockey League team that played there. And from there, I don't know. They just had to pick another logo, so they put that on there. But it is interesting that there was some thought put into it. I don't like the jersey, though, at all.
No, I don't like it at all, no.
Los Angeles Kings.
Love it.
That's
Bring back those colors. Bring them back.
So
bring back that logo, for matter of fact.
Bring back the colors. Well, that's the black and silver logo.
Correct. But what they have now, it's just like it looks like a.
But do you like the old crown though? Just the crown, because like
I don't mind the crown either. No, I like the crown.
Yeah.
But that logo with like purple, that screams like LA Lakers to me. Like that's cool. They kind of went back to history. Like LA needs to get rid of.
Colors.
LA needs to get rid. I know, but I'm saying LA needs to get rid of black, silver, and white. Like that's so boring.
No, I mean that's their colors. So I'm all good with it. You know, I actually when I saw that jersey, I was like, I like it.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the next one, and that's the Mighty Ducks.
Ballsy, definitely ballsy.
So when I first saw that, you know, I thought, okay, wait now. Are the fucking Kings going to come out with that? Remember that jersey?
Yeah.
With like with King's head.
I was like thinking, I'm like, okay, well, they already sell the Mighty Ducks. They've already worn both of those jerseys. They already have a retro version right now that they wear.
And I don't.
This is really the only choice they had. I mean, it's so funny. Like they have like a duck jumping out of like ice or something. You know. Well, I mean, you got it. They kind of went back to the roots. Like it was that named after the fucking Disney movie. You got
you know what? I can just picture it right now. Every player on the Ducks today sat down, opened up their phone, and
they're like, "What the hell? Like
this." I am not wearing that.
Oh man. Can we talk about one of the best jerseys?
Well, wait, we got a couple more teams here. Edmonton Oilers. Did you like that white one?
Not really. Doesn't do it for me.
Why is Edmonton so big on their orange? I don't know. I just don't get that one.
But Edmonton, you know what Edmonton should have done? They should have went to that navy with the oil. You know what I'm talking about?
I did not mind the oil drop.
I didn't mind that either.
I don't know.
It had like the gear in there and stuff.
I don't understand that.
It was nice. It was nice. I liked it.
Okay, now let's go on to Arizona or Phoenix or whatever the hell.
Oh my god, awful!
It looks like
What are we having, like a party in the desert on the bottom of the jerseys? Like Jesus!
I look like my kid did this one. This is bad.
It's like we're gonna put the jersey purple and we're gonna have some doodles on the bottom.
Maybe they did this so people would look at their jersey and be like, "God, the jersey's so bad. They got to be better than their jersey, but they're not."
Oh.
All right, last two. Let's talk. What do you want to talk? Vancouver or Calgary first?
We can talk about Vancouver, I guess. I mean, I understood what they were trying to do. They were trying to give a nod to the West Coast Express with the old, how do you say that? Gradient, whatever it is. Gradient, yeah, how it fades into the colors.
Spray.
Yeah.
Have you seen the spray can lately? It looks just like that.
They had so many options. Like they had so many options.
Yes,
like
they missed the boat big time.
They could have went, like, I understood what they were trying to do here. I understood like what direction they were going with, but like you could have put like Johnny Canuck on there or the V or like something.
Oh, they got such a hard on for this fisherman law.
You don't like that? I think it's cool.
I want the Johnny Canuck. If they put the Johnny Canuck on that, I would say it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. With like with the
like that, I hate that.
Yeah,
that's
I don't know.
Freaking business logo. That's bullshit to have that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, even if they put like dude, you know what would have been sick? Have Johnny Canuck on there with black, yellow, and red. Oh my god, that would have been nice.
The skate logo colors with Johnny Canuck on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That would have been nice.
Totally missed the boat on this one.
Okay, now let's get to Blasty because this is sexy.
You like this jersey?
I love Blasty, but I will say, Calgary took Josh Levo from us. They took Markstrom from us. They took Chris Tanev, and now they took our skate logo and put Blasty on there. What do you think of that? They took our skate jersey and put Blasty on there. They're just stealing everything from the Canucks this year, man. Like, are you really excited to cheer for the Calgary Canucks this year? Like, you're gonna have a hard time cheering for them, man.
No, I told you I wanted that goalie, and we went and got him.
No, I like the logo though. I like the logo. I've been screaming for this to be returned for a while, and the worst kept secret in Calgary finally got unveiled.
I'm not a Blasty fan.
Why? It's cool. No, Calgary Stampede. There's history there. It's cool. I like the horse.
I don't like the horse. You really? Oh man,
you're gonna buy a jersey. I know you will. You're buying one. You're buying one.
Do you want to bet?
Come on.
What is your favorite logo there
for Calgary?
Or no, what's your favorite jersey? What's your favorite jersey? Sorry.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh's.
Okay, my favorite is
Pittsburgh's and LA. Pittsburgh's and LA for me.
My favorite is Columbus, I think.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
I think that's my favorite.
It's a good choice.
Are you all geared up and ready for 3 questions today, Blake?
Absolutely.
It's one off, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
It's time for 3 questions.
All right, Blake, 3 questions.
Hold on. Before we get into 3 questions, is it me or do you find yourself jamming out to that Manscaped ad? Like, the music just gets me going, man. It just gets me in a good mood.
I watch you start to play that ad. You're just
I'm just like jamming. My video's not on. I'm just jamming over here.
And the listeners on the podcast end of it don't even get to listen to that.
Oh man, it's awesome.
You gotta check us out on video, then you get to check that out, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, check us out on YouTube, man. Subscribe to us.
So, you get to see both. You get to see
the ad and you get to see our ugly mugs. It's a win-win.
caption you next time dancing like you always end up dancing every time.
Yeah, you'll do me dirty and show me on the screen.
You know what I could do is I could put that picture I took of you.
That was 2 years ago. I look different now.
God.
I look different.
All right. Number 1. You ready?
Yeah.
Should the Vancouver Canucks re-sign Travis Green as head coach? If so, how long?
Holy fuck. Are you serious? Yeah, absolutely. Sign him to a 4-year extension immediately. This guy's one of the best coaches in the league already. He's great. Like, I don't even know what the big deal is with this. Like, why is this not done?
I heard he was rumored to go to Calgary.
Oh, fuck. Get the fuck out of here. That wouldn't surprise me, man. Go with your boys.
All right. Question number 2.
Was that actually your question, or are you just fucking with me? Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez. Question number 2. Will Joe Thornton help the Toronto Maple Leafs improve this season?
Well, maybe he can give the young guys some beard growing tips. He'll help their second unit power play. He'll help in the room a little bit, but like I'm not expecting him to go there. Like he's a good veteran presence for the young guys. A lot like what Patrick Marleau did. Obviously, Joe Thornton's a lot older than Patrick Marleau, but Joe Thornton's still a good playmaker, man. Like he's gonna add a lot of experience to that team, and we'll see what he does.
Didn't they bring Jason Spezza in to do that though?
Yeah, they did. I mean, but you never can have enough veteran experience. Like you can never have enough.
I don't know.
I mean,
I have mixed feelings on this one. If I was
the guy's won a lot of things. He obviously hasn't won a Stanley Cup, but I mean, he's won at every level he's played at. Like it's like a guy that's been there. He knows what it takes to win. I mean, this guy has over 1,000 points in his career. Like this guy is a good hockey player, man.
Question number 3. If you had to choose one and only one, which would you choose? Regular French fries? Potato wedges?
No, we're not doing this. Are you serious?
Fries? Tater tots?
This is not the question.
Curl fries or waffle fries?
The correct answer is crinkle cut fries.
All right, same as me. God, we actually agree on something.
Crinkle cut fries are the best, man. What? You ever go to Culver's? Oh my god, they have amazing fries.
Why the hell does no fast food restaurants
like I don't know. Like I don't know. Culver's. Yeah, Burger King did. But Culver's, man, I love going to Culver's. Getting those crinkle cut fries is good. Okay, what's your actual third question?
That was it. What the fuck? NHL news, dude.
That's true. That is a good point. God, where is Hoffman gonna sign? That could be a 3.
Oh Jesus, we'll talk about that next week. You want the listener question?
Yeah, fired it away.
From Sonia Mackey, Detroit, Michigan. Which NHL player, Blake, do you dislike the most?
Is the obvious answer Brad Marchand?
We can't. I ruled him out. I think
Tom Wilson. Then that's the next best guess.
mine is
who?
Drew Doughty.
Why? Because he's in Kachuk's head, and Kachuk's in his head. Like
honestly, nothing about that.
He's just a mouthpiece.
The one time I met him in person, I just was not impressed.
At the awards?
Yeah, I wasn't impressed. Another guy that my 3 other ones that I jotted down that came to my head were Brad Marchand, PK Subban, and Zach Kassian.
Yeah, I don't like Zach Kassian. No, I don't like him.
I can't wait to see what Edmonton fans think of that contract in a couple of years.
Hey, we didn't have any video legs today.
No.
And I had bad internet here, so I'm actually quite shocked.
Yeah, I got my updates going, man.
Last week, I was just like, you were like frozen for 5 minutes.
It wasn't as bad on the playback.
Oh, it wasn't as bad?
No,
oh, okay.
It's still there though. And I try to, when we do this, Blake, we try to do this as best as we can.
Yeah.
And we're going to get better every week. This is only our 3rd episode in video for all of you newbies to the show.
Yeah.
So we're tweaking it. We're getting better. We're trying. I got $200 worth of new equipment that I just hooked up. So
where'd you get the new internet from?
That works. I had to buy some update on my router and modems and things like that. So I upgraded the system. So $200 later,
it's got like Wi-Fi extenders and stuff.
It's a whole new system network, yeah. So hopefully it works.
Good stuff.
Next week we'll be back, and we're going to start a 2-part series. So the next 2 weeks we're going to talk about which teams got better and which teams got worse this offseason. Next week we'll examine the Eastern Conference, and then the next week we'll roll on over into the Western Conference and talk about what teams we think made the moves to be a better team when we finally drop the puck, and which ones just fell the wrong direction. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. Subscribe so you can watch us. Don't forget us on Apple Podcasts. And also, it is November. Don't forget Hockey Fights Cancer. No hockey going on. That's a huge money-making thing and cancer drive. And without the NHL playing right now, it's really, really tough. So if you got a few pennies, get on to...
Not in Canada, though. There's no pennies here.
Oh, yeah. Well, there won't be in the States either. Okay, if you got a few...
Got some loonies or toonies, get him in there.
On to hockeyfightscancer.com and hit the donate button and help out everybody who is dealing with cancer right now and is affected by cancer. Anything will help. And also go to manscaped.com, buy yourself a lawnmower 3.0. When you do it, make sure you type debate in on the promo code, and you're going to get yourself 20% off. They're going to ship the damn stuff to you for free. And then when you listen and watch Blake and I next week, you're going to be like, yeah, I freaking know exactly what these guys are talking about. This stuff is good. Good deals, good grooming, all from the Debate Hockey Podcast. Thanks for listening. See you guys next week. Get connected. The Debate Hockey Podcast can be found on Twitter @Debate Hockey. Also, make sure you check us out on our Facebook page, The Debate Hockey Podcast. Brad Burud can be found on Twitter @BradBurud, and co-host Blake Friars can also be found on Twitter @Friars_Blake. If you like what you hear, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. The Debate Hockey Podcast can be found on all major podcast players, and please consider subscribing to the Inside Edge Hockey News on Patreon.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit InsideEdgeHockeyNews.com and on Twitter @InsideEdgeHOCKE and Facebook @Inside Edge Hockey News. We'll catch you next time.
This has been a production of Inside Edge Hockey News Radio, copyrighted and distributed by the Inside Edge Hockey Media Group.